everybody doing well today on this first Tuesday in September. Great day to be alive and good to see everybody here this morning.
Indeed.
Certainly. We're going to go ahead and call our meeting to order, and I'm going to ask Supervisor Montgomery, if you don't mind, open us up with a word of prayer.
Certainly will. If you will, bow your head. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this semester, dear Lord, that's gotten going in all our schools, dear Lord, at the college, at all of our high schools, dear Lord. Be with each and every student throughout this semester, throughout the year, dear Lord. Thank you for this country and all the many freedoms that it does provide. Thank you for the state of Mississippi, dear Lord, that we're all so proud of. Thank you for Octibahall County, dear Lord. Thank you for just this Labor Day weekend that everybody had, dear Lord, and thank you for the ability to be here today and to continue the work that is before us. Thank you for our military, dear Lord, who are not only here, but who fight abroad for us, dear Heavenly Father. Be with the ones who are not here today, and you know all the needs, dear Lord. Be with each and every one that's here who's sick, who may be facing an illness. Dear Lord, be with them, that you can provide strength, that they can lean on you, dear Heavenly Father. Thank you for all the many blessings that you've provided in the past, dear Lord. Thank you for the ones before us today and the ones to come. It's in your precious Son, Jesus' name, we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Sir.
At this time, we're going to ask for the approval of the July 22 board order. What's the pleasure of the board on those board orders? Got a motion by Supervisor
No,
Williams.
I have a
question
correction.
by Supervisor
Have
Williams.
a correction.
Say where it's at.
We on the first page. On the first page, under number 1, that's number 12. That's an amendment. That amendment, in my understanding, was to say that the county has the right to use their resources to put the fence up themselves, or to give the homeowner the opportunity to put it up with the county providing funds. But that's not what it's saying here. It doesn't say anything about the county. It doesn't say anything about the county being able to put the fence up with county funds. So I think that first sentence, instead of saying property owner, look at that first sentence, should allow property owner. That should be allow the county the option to replace fencing. And the other one is to allow the property owner to replace fencing with the county refunding. So we got an option that the county do it, but the county is not mentioned in that sentence. The county do it or the homeowner do it.
Supervisor Williams is correct. That board order should have stated that there's two options. One, the county can replace the fencing if it's taken down. I think there was something said about some pictures taken beforehand.
Right.
But the county can replace the fencing, or the county can pay the citizens a certain amount per foot and let them replace it.
That's right.
Would y'all like to take that as a to take that information and plug it in the way, in other words, is there a particular thing you want to change in this, or would you just like me to take that information and make sure that's correct, how that was presented?
You may have to reword the whole
That's
thing.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you have to reword it.
Something in there too, and I don't mean to, Supervisor Williams, if you don't mind, is to put in there also, and like I said, you may have to scrap the whole thing and reword it to make sure that it is a valid fence before, that it is not just one strand of old barbed wire that's been there, 80 years and nothing's behind it.
How about this? If the county may replace fencing at the county's expense, or the homeowner or the property owner, that'd be a better language, property owner may be refunded or giving the money back to replace said fence, something like that.
It's so much per foot,
So
yeah.
much per
Yeah.
foot. How much
Yeah.
per foot are we thinking? Is that just whatever the cost of
Well,
At
the
the
yeah,
time.
at the
current.
time?
At the
Okay.
time. Yeah. Now we got an option now. This one left the county out.
It really did.
I'll get with Ms. Barber and make sure we get this wording correct, and we'll work on it. Thank you.
Any more?
And on down, when you read on down about the citizen comment section, that should be lean lane. Lean, L-E-A-N.
Leads.
Lean lane,
L-E-E,
L-E-A-N.
L-E-A-N.
Any more?
On number 16, page 3. Page 3, proof of publication for District 5. Should we indicate whether that proof of publication is involving and what roles it involving? It just say proof of publication for District 5. So that's kind of misleading in terms of what the proof is involving. So it should be involving Alcott Road, Bluff Lake Road, Southgate Road, whatever road we're talking about.
It doesn't have it in the affidavit of publication, it just says District 5 road work.
Well, it didn't say road work here, it just said publication for District 5.
Should we put road work in there?
Yeah,
to
road work
attach to
should,
it? Yes, sir.
something should be in there.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Anything else? If not,
I'll make motion for approval.
got a motion by Supervisor Howard, a second, motion by Supervisor Montgomery, second by Supervisor Howard. Are there any questions concerning the motion? All those in favor, let it be known by the clerk voting sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Motion for approval with changes.
Thank you.
With
With
amendments,
change,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
At this time, we're going to open the floor for citizen comment, period. This time is allowed for any citizen to come and to approach the board for up to 3 minutes if you're not on the agenda. If you're on the agenda, then you will come in the order that's printed on the agenda. If you're here today and you would like to approach the board for up to 3 minutes, please come forward at this time.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, ma'am, if you can come up if you like.
Thank you.
And please state your name and state your reason for coming.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Alice Davis, and I have a concern about my water bill here with Mr. Williams. I went to pay my water bill this particular Saturday, and they had a sign on the gate stating that closed due to funeral. I tried too much as I possibly can to avoid late charges. And with that being said, I went to Mr. Williams. I would think this is a business working day that they would have someone there regardless. To me, this is a personal thing that put out by the funeral. I would like to think that they would have someone there to take the money in spite of. But with that being said, there was no one there. I do have a statement from Mr. Williams stating that he would call me back and let me know what Saturday that this was closed. I never got a phone call from him. And when I did, I asked him about it. He said, well, if you're calling me about this $2, I'm not gonna move it. Only thing I wanna know, why am I held liable for having to have to pay late charges when I was there on time to pay my water bill? Trying to take Mr. Williams again. Mr. Williams, do you feel like talking? If it's about the water bill, I don't need the money. I got probably more money than them. I said, sir, this is not my concern. My concern is, why am I liable? That's all I want to know. Why am I liable to pay late charges when I was there to pay it? Pay you all like personal time because you all weren't there. That don't have anything to do with me. We running a business here. Mr. Williams never would give me an answer. All he made me know that I'm liable to pay him late charges for this water bill. I pay mine to go there to make sure that I don't have late charges. I don't have late charges just because you say I have late charges. If it's mine, if it's on me, I don't have a problem with it. But I'm not gonna do it just because you said it's the right thing to do. But y'all don't have the business open. This is a business day. So make me know where I'm liable for that at. That was my concern. But as for him, Mr. William gave me just a cold show, just like I didn't exist to me. And it didn't feel good. I'm telling you, it didn't feel good. Because you never would tell me any reason why I'm having to pay late charges. Because imagine how many more people in here went that same Saturday that they was closed and they got to pay late charges. $2 late charge. For real?
Ms.
Make me
Davis.
understand.
Ms. Davis,
Yes, sir.
the Board of Supervisors does not have any jurisdiction over, over the water, over those affairs that Mr. Williams is involved in outside of the board.
Yes,
And
sir.
my suggestion for you would be to contact him again, and you all handle that, because the board, we can't make any decision based upon the circumstance between you and Mr. Williams in relation to water.
Well, this is why I was told to come to the board meeting at, and I went to Mr. Williams. I'm not getting no concrete answer, sir.
I understand
Where do
that.
I go from here? Make me know where do I go from here then.
I understand that.
Okay.
But the board,
He gonna give me the same thing, sir. I realize what you telling me.
Right.
But I done went to him in the name of Jesus to the best of my ability. But I'm yet getting, if he said it then, it don't still remain, and my water bill is yet going up. So where do I go from here?
I understand that, but I think you've gotten the attention of him and also the public in regarding that matter. And I want to suggest that you, after the meeting, that you contact Mr. Williams and you all sit down and work this out.
If I could speak to that.
Please, sir.
Okay. There are many ways to pay your water bill. May I continue?
You may.
There are many ways to pay your water bill to keep from being late. You can mail it in. You can. We just offer that service that you go by the office to pay it. But you can pay it several different ways. Now because you having to pay that, I'm sorry you having to pay that $2 there, but everybody have to pay $2 if they are late.
I wasn't late though. Listen to, I wasn't late, Mr. Williams. I was there. You said that I have to pay. Mr. Williams, look.
You didn't allow me. You're not allowing me.
I'm allowing you. I came to you, sir.
You're not allowing me.
Mr. Williams, when you get through with it, you know, I know, God knows. You were wrong for this. I mean, I may
Ms.
not get
Davis,
what I want,
Ms.
sir.
Davis, point of order. We're going to go ahead to the next.
Y'all go
item,
ahead
Mr.
on,
Williams,
sir.
and I
But
pray
I
y'all
just
get
want to
together
address
what
that
you
at the end of the day.
Thank you for
It's gonna be
coming.
still about Mr. Williams though.
Thank
But
you.
God sees and knows everything.
Thank you.
Now y'all, I thank God. I thank y'all for hearing me.
The water,
Y'all know right from
the
wrong.
water section. The
Y'all
water
know right
has
from wrong
a.
at the end of the day now.
The water department has a.
That don't have anything. That's how I pay it.
The
Mr.
water
Williams, at all
department
times.
has a board.
Regardless of how many ways to pay it, I pay it the way I seen it paid.
We have a board.
Sir,
All right. Do we have another citizen that would like to approach the board? Yes, ma'am. Good morning. State your name.
Good morning. My name is Cora Stalling. I'm from 81 Andrew Road. I'm also having some complications going on with my water bill. Mr. William, I've been knowing you a long time, and I'm not here to get out of my character. But, I call you on a situation. And when I call you on that situation about you went back some years saying I owed $14 and I had paid my bill up. We never had a water bill of $14. And you went all the way back and said I owed a $14 water bill. $14 not even in our category of paying. Our water bill be $20-something. And I tried to talk to you. You called all the men that you know on me. I was the only female down there trying to protect myself. And you stated, and I'm a child of God and I ain't got no reason to lie. You said this is a family business. Did you not tell me that, Mr. Williams?
No, I didn't tell you that.
Oh my God, Mr. Williams, yes you did. Mr. Williams, I ain't got no reason to lie. If I lie, God gonna whoop me with many stripes. I know you told me this. I ain't got no reason to lie. What am I lie for? It ain't give me nowhere to lie.
I think you need to be ready for your many stripes then.
Well, Mr. Williams, we all gonna get whooped with many stripes. You too.
You be ready for your many
And not only that, Mr. Williams, you came to my house, brought me your card when you was trying to get voted in, right or wrong. Is I'm lying? Tell me I'm lying now. And distribute some of your cards out. When we got the payment down there, I've been down there 27 years. You took I know the state-owned part of the road. Instead of going to any other side of the road, you came and took all the red tops, all the strubs I had. You said, write them down,
Ma'am.
and I will replace all of them.
Ma'am,
I know this about a water
your
bill.
time has expired. We certainly appreciate you coming, but we want to suggest that you all handle that particular matter outside the board. We
But
don't
how
want to
can
do
I
that.
talk to Mr. Williams when he hang the phone up on when you try to talk to him?
Ma'am,
He hang the phone up all the
I
time.
think
He
you
won't
have a
speak to
different-
you.
I think you have a different response after today.
Well, let me, if you would, let me speak to end of that. I never hang the phone up on anyone
Yes, you have.
about
To
anything.
me.
Oh!
Okay.
I promise you.
Oh my
I will
God!
I think
Oh!
you all are sisters, aren't you?
Mr. Williams!
You are sisters, aren't you?
Mr. Williams!
We are.
Mr. Williams, please don't do that, Mr.
We
Williams.
certainly appreciate you coming.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. God see what you're doing, baby.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that would
I
like
got
to?
steak, I would call you.
Anyone else that would
and
like to
check
approach the
day
board for
office
3
was
minutes?
closed.
Come before our board. We
Keep
got
living.
the water
Keep living.
association has
We
a
might not can
board.
do with nothing with you, but sweet Jesus can.
Why did
God
you
bless
tell me to write all my stuff down and you're gonna replace it and you don't need to replace it?
Is there anyone else that would like to approach the board at this time? If not, we want to go ahead and go from citizen comment
I
period. We're
think-
gonna get into our agenda.
I think I do need to speak to,
Elder Shakespeare talk about
I need to speak to all of that, I think. Those are two sisters. Those are two sisters who've been creating problems for years. And one of them asked me to take $2 off their water bill. Legally, I cannot do that. Legally, I can't take $2 off a water bill. If you're late, you're late. You had to pay it. And everybody else had to pay it. The other person, her brother-in-law says she owed that $14, not me. Her brother-in-law went to collect on her
Mr. Williams.
and went, yeah, I need to speak to
You
this.
need to
I
speak, but you need to handle that outside the board. That does not concern the board and the general public.
Yeah, so when.
If you will, we're gonna go ahead and move on, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about it, we'll discuss it after the board.
No, I just want
We
to,
can't take any action on
explain our process.
We understand.
Our process is that we do have a
Ms. Malone, you come on.
computerized,
Get ready to come
have a
on.
computerized system, and we go over everybody's bill with them to show them whether they owe it or not.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning.
You're welcome to go ahead.
How y'all doing?
Good.
My name is Earlene Malone,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm here on behalf of 385 Greenland Road, and I also have some neighbors in the back. And we're here this morning because we're asking for assistance with the road, the potholes that the bus is creating. So we're here to ask you all for some assistance on getting the road repaired, please.
Okay. And you all see on your agenda, we got a school bus turnaround request from the school district for 385 Greenland Drive. And it would be my suggestion that we maintain the road so the bus can get in and out, and also so that the citizens that live there will not be inconvenienced as a result of the pothole.
We've
Motion
got,
for approval.
yeah, we've got a road manager, he was in here somewhere, but
That's your
we
business.
can direct him to go and
Yeah.
take care of it.
Motion
School
for,
bus.
motion by Supervisor Williams,
Second.
Supervisor Howard, second by Supervisor Montgomery. Are there any questions concerning the motion? All those in favor, let me know by the vote sign.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes unanimously
Is that for the turnaround?
for the school bus turnaround.
I like the gingerbread
That's
man.
item number
Okay.
8.
Thank you.
Administrator. Thank you for coming.
Just a minute, Ms. Frank. Did you guys have anything as far as the road goes?
I think they decided. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Freddie Gandy, Artesia Road and Creek Road intersection. Good morning, sir.
I'd like to say good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mr. Candy.
Blessing to be here. I'm up here concerning Artesia and Turkey Creek Road, the intersection there. I have mentioned to Ms. Williams.
Yeah.
I know he's working hard on it.
Right.
But I want to bring it to y'all attention to let y'all know that is a dangerous intersection, and we
Right.
all got families
Right.
travel up and down that road, and you got students come in to the university that don't even know a stop sign there yet, going straight through it. I have
Yeah.
come up to the intersection and seen people just just ran straight through it. And years ago back when Mr. Bush got killed down here on 25, they want to put a light there. Warning comes before destruction. So I think the Lord put it on my heart to come up and let y'all know that intersection that something needs to be done about it. Those flashing lights up on those stop signs will help. And if someone, God forbid, come through there and get hurt or get killed, I hope not. I won't feel so bad.
Right.
You all won't feel so bad. Y'all, like I said, everybody got families come through that intersection. Don't let us sit back and wait till something bad happens. Then we want to react behind it. So, if I'm coming to y'all first, I'd like to follow protocol.
Yeah.
See, can you all do something about that intersection? Put some flashing lights up on those stop signs. That's all I'm asking. Do I need to carry it further south?
No, I'd like to speak to that. Thank you, Mr. Gannon. Mr. Gannon has been calling me about that intersection, about the possibility of putting a
Right.
warning sign before the stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I have talked to Mr. Baggett about that. And no, the intersection of Artesia and Turkey Creek. It's a
Artesia.
three-way stop. Well, it is a
Three-way
three-way
stop.
stop.
Oh, yeah.
And most of the time, people don't know that there's a stop sign
Right.
there until they get there.
Mhm.
And they end up running the stop sign.
Yeah.
So what Mr. Gann is asking for is some kind of warning before the
So
stop
they
sign.
can see before they get there. Because I went
Right.
to a little, like home, hold nobody time. I went to a little small town over in Smithfield. Every stop sign, a little small community, had a flashing light. Every stop sign. Now that's too much to ask for. Four little lights, and then they got the little thing that the sun put energy in. What you call it? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And for them to work. That's all I'm asking.
Ms. Gann,
That's like, y'all here do that for.
I have a motion
Turkey
on,
Creek.
I have a motion on that because Mr. Gann has been talking to me about it, and Mr. Baggett, I have been talking to you about it. So my motion is that we move forward with some kind of warning device
Amen.
before the stop sign itself, so people will know that there's a stop
They
sign
there,
ahead.
right. Mhm. So that's all I'm
That's
asking.
my
Like I
motion.
say.
I'll second that. I've got a place as well, and I've mentioned it in the past, in Adenton on 182, where Self Creek Road and County Lake Road converge, just where my district and Supervisor Howard's districts meet, and it's a bad section through there. So I'll second that. If we add 182, Self Creek and County Line or County Lake Road into that as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let y'all have y'all way. And I think somebody y'all should appoint is to go out through the county, look at bad intersections like that. 'Cause we don't want nobody to come up to those intersections. I know that there's some drunk drivers out there. Some people just don't care; they just drive through it. But how about that person who just don't know it's there, and once they get up, stop sign, and they had a bad accident? We should just drive through and just look over the county, see what bad intersection. And those lights, we can put those lights there. It won't hurt us. Just to save somebody's life.
Yeah.
My family, your grandchild, my grandchild, my mom, my dad, whoever. Just to save somebody's life. So that's all I'm asking. But I'm looking for, I know y'all gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
Hey, can I count on y'all?
Yeah. Mr. Baggett gonna look into it.
Yes, sir.
So,
This bag of that. Oh, right here. Oh. All right, sir. All right.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any
Thank you,
questions
Mr.
concerning the
Gann.
motion?
All right.
All those in favor, let it be known by the pro vote. Motion passed unanimously.
Okay, we're in pain. Y'all have a blessed
You do the
day.
same, take care. Moving to the next item, Mr. Jermaine Johns, urgent water access request. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to the board and all those who serve the great county of Octavia Hall. Thank y'all for letting me come today. My concern, of course, as you can see here, is a water issue. Longview Road, where it intersects with Oliver Jackson, has on the south side no water access. And those property taxpayers out there, in my opinion, should have water access. Now, I've spoken to several people, of course, my district supervisor, Starkville Utilities, which is I found out that they were over that area, but it's a unique area. It's outside of the city limits, but not enough for, say, the city of Starkville to either adopt it, or I don't know how that area fell under the city of Starkville care. What I do know is, I think that's been 7 to 10 years now. Only thing that's happening out there in that area, it's been kind of neglected. You know, it's been graded, the road. I know there's a new road that's coming up. I think the public was told it's supposed to be paved. Correct me if I'm wrong. I found out that slag is going down. That's not paved. These people have waited anywhere from 50 to 60 years to have this road paved. I know that money is allocated to county for different things, and it's been allocated for years. I'm not in the inside. I don't know where those funds are going. But if money's been allocated for the road and the water to be addressed, then I think that should happen. I don't think that it's your responsibility, or you're not over Mr. Montgomery, which is my district supervisor.
It's actually it's on the other side of the road. Since I've looked into it further, it's in Supervisor Miller's district, but we do share that district line. So
yeah, I'll share that district. Supervisor Miller, you said?
it's in her district, yes.
Okay, so my concern.
But we do share that line.
Awesome. My concern is I need water out there. There's projects that I need to move forward with, and I've spoken with some people in Jackson. They're saying that we have a ton of additional finances this year, the ARPA funding. You have the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which was passed, I want to say in February. We're just not putting in for these funds. That was passed in February. I don't understand that. This area, I think that the system cannot accommodate any additional growth, and it's been there for some time now. Lead, I know that water, those have lead water pipes in them. So it needs to be upgraded. It's vital that it has to be upgraded. But I don't want, and this is just me, guys, I don't want to see where it's going to take 3 to 4 years before this happens, or a year before this happens. I travel the country. I'm in rural areas throughout the country, Georgia, Alabama, New York, you name it. And it doesn't take long to get projects done. I only have 10 minutes, so I would like to use them all. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a chance to give me some feedback. But 30 minutes in the area that I stay in Georgia, outside of Atlanta, is rural. It took half a day to pave a road. Half a day. I've been coming back and forth to my hometown, looking at my property out there. That road has been graded over a month, and it's still not paved yet. You
said the road's not been graded in a month?
No, it's been graded. It hadn't been paved yet. I say it's been graded, but no cement or no slag or whatever has gone down. We prefer pavement. I mean, from my understanding, it's a state road, and state roads are supposed to be paved. And these people have been waiting a long time. They're not waiting for slag. They're not waiting for leftovers. And not only that, but my primary concern is water to the south side of that area, provision. And water is a necessity, guys. I mean, you think about it, I just want y'all to put yourself in my position. If you had your family and you own land that you've been paying taxes on for 50 years, but yet you can't even put a facility or establishment out there because you don't have access to water to clean yourself with, to all those things, to provide water for my child, my baby. Put yourself in my position. This is something that shouldn't take years or a year to do, especially when the funding is there. Now I know we have until October to apply for this bipartisan bill. We have until October to apply for it through Jackson. Once those funds are received, because I feel like they'll be received. They have over $65 billion that they put into this program. So I feel like it'll be received. What is the plan once we have them on hand to expedite this project and get not only proper water? I hear that again. There's projects that have been worked on throughout the county. They are increasing the product, but I'm saying that there's nothing going on out here versus we're updating and upgrading. You're upgrading and updating different things. However, there's areas that where people have nothing. To me, that could be managed a little bit better. I'm going to focus on those areas that have nothing before I start just pouring more money into areas that actually have something. And that's my concern. And I'm asking you as the board, as my district supervisor, to be a liaison for us, the citizens. I'm a military, ex-military soldier. There's several militant people out there. The projects that I'm working on is going to give back to the men and women who serve this country. I can't do that right now because, in my opinion, that wasn't proper planning. As fast as this city is growing, it saddens me that the surrounding areas like West Point and Columbus are growing faster than us. A gentleman mentioned here, he was in a rural city and they had lights throughout the city. No one should be growing faster than us. We're supposed to be trailblazers and showing everyone how things are supposed to be done, especially with the education that we have here. I went to Starver High and I've been around Starver Academy students. I know the intellect that we have within this county. So there's no reason why these areas are supposed to be growing faster. That's my piece.
All right. We've spoken before, Mr. Johns, and again, we talked some at length, and since I talked to you, I called the Public Service Commissioners. And no one's saying, again, this is the city of Starkville's water system. And the city of Starkville received ARPA money as well. So our function is just that, is to try to pave the road. I told you, we as a county, we don't deal in utilities. We don't deal in water or sewage issues. We try to build the roads, keep bridges up, keep it where school buses can safely travel roads and bridges, bus turnarounds that you've heard about. So no one's saying, though, the city of Starkville's not upgrading that water system fast enough. And he's not wanting to put just a single water meter in for a house. I think you're wanting to do like an RV park or something like that, which I applaud. I'm glad you're doing and thinking of things like that. But in the past, and again, this is on the other side of Longview Road, not in my district, but another gentleman in my district, he built some houses down Old Highway 12. And he didn't have enough water pressure to service those new homes that were going to go in there. Because you're right, that area needs an upgrade, you may as well say, in water pressure service. But what this gentleman did, because there is an obligation to serve, that's the term for it. But the city can set you a price. In other words, you may have to go back down to a main, a main line, and be able to bring that down to service the number of meters that you're talking about. But the health department sets those capacities, and they're at full capacity, and that's came from the city of Starkville. In other words, if they give you those meters, then Oliver Jackson is going to have zero water pressure. So
but that can be updated. That
it can be updated. That
right
certainly
now,
can be updated with the city of Starkville's ARPA monies. I would, they're going to have a meeting, I would imagine, this afternoon at 5:30. Have you gotten on their agenda for this afternoon?
I am. So here's the thing, with the city of Starkville ARPA money, you're correct. But yes, sir, that's your district. Am I not right?
And that's why
and you
when we're paving Longview Road, who's paying for Longview Road?
I'm not concerned with that. What I'm concerned with, and you're paying for it, but yet we're still getting slashed. We want
DBST
pavement.
is right, that's right. That's what we can afford to put in.
Now, according to the amount of monies that's being allocated, and as long as those people have been waiting, those citizens in that area, it should be something better than slag.
Well, that's as good as we can get with the monies we have
So
available.
ARPA is providing more money this year, and also the bipartisan bill is being passed where you can get more money. So those monies can be allocated to upgrading those areas the way they need to be upgraded. And not only that, so I'm only asking you this. You be the liaison. I know you don't have control of the city of Starkville or Starkville Utilities.
Okay.
I'm saying, but you can help us as citizens say, hey, I need this in my area. What are you guys doing? What's the plan? That's all I'm asking.
I've certainly talked with many people in the water department and, urged the importance of trying to upgrade that system. They know it as well. And they have the ability, because the state of Mississippi has a $400 million separate from ARPA money, which I had explained to you. Separate of that municipalities, counties, they can put in.
Very much aware.
And that's the pot of money. I think we're asking out of the wrong pot of money. The pot of money that needs to be looked at, and I would say full steam ahead on that, is that $400 million that you're going to have, like I said, municipalities, rural water associations will put in for it. And where that money lands, I don't know. But I know other water districts in my
Can you not apply for that
district,
money?
in my district, have been coming to me and asking questions. What do we do to upgrade? We need $1 million for this. We need a new well. They need a new well out in Longview. They're putting together a package and how to ask for that money out of that $400 million.
Can you not apply for that money is what I'm asking. You being the
I
supervisor.
think Supervisor Montgomery he's giving you some good answers. Again, I think the liaison or the lead entity on that really needs to be the city of Starkville, since that is their water association. That, again, you said you're aware, there's a huge pot of money for clean drinking water and sewage out there. Huge pot of money to apply for some grants. But the city of Starkville actually needs to be the lead entity for applying for that money, because that's their
I'm working
system.
with the city of Starkville on that.
But I'm just saying, and everything's appreciated here, what you're saying, but that's actually who needs to be the lead entity.
One last
on
question.
applying for that.
One last question, and you're right. So I'm saying this: what's the responsibility and the duty of my supervisor, as far as taking care of that area, as far as making sure that the citizens are getting what they need?
We're trying to keep the area safe, road and bridges passable.
What about the water, sir?
We don't deal in utilities. That's the misnomer there. Is, in
But
other
are you
words,
not
if
concerned
there's
about-
not enough electricity out in that area,
But are you not concerned about the citizens? know
I
you
am
said you don't
concerned.
live-
That's why I made the phone calls that I made to the
Okay.
different entities involved, to the health department, or I called the health department, I called the public service commission office, and I talked with multiple people at the city of Starkville. What's the plan? What action are you gonna take? And they're gonna apply for the same, that $400 million pot of money. They have the ability, just like we do, because that's their water system that they took over. In other words, I'm in that, what used to be the old Bluefield Water Association. But every month when I write my check out, I write my check to the city of Starkville. That's their water system. So I'm not concerned, but that is their water system. They're the ones that are over that water system and the expansion and the maintenance thereof.
Just a little quick note. You need to somehow make sure that area is prioritized when they're applying for this grant money to do that, to upgrade water systems. You need to make sure that the city of Starkville prioritizes that area.
Yeah.
out there.
And
I'm definitely doing that.
And not to take light on anything, and I appreciate you coming and the conversations that we had before and here. But imagine if you tonight go to the city of Starkville at their meeting and you say, well, Longview Road, it's gonna be a slag road. It's not good enough. We need you, city of Starkville, to put in
But they're
and
not the,
put more
they're not
money.
Supervisors. Of all due respect, Supervisor Montgomery, they're not responsible for managing the area. You allocate money to where you want it to go within that district, right?
I don't,
Do you not do that? I'm just asking.
I
Correct me if I'm
guess, I'm not following your,
wrong. I'm asking, the question is, do you allocate money to specific areas that you want the money to be allocated to?
I mean, we look at different projects, but right now we've got laying over our head, we've got the county lake project that's got our ARPA. I know you're not concerned about that, but we are.
I'm not necessarily not concerned about that. I'm concerned about people in parks and projects like I'm concerned about people.
And we're concerned about people. I guess where you're misconstruing this is, or maybe we just differ in opinion, is where we help the county is what we're doing right now wholeheartedly is Longview Road. We've been working on this road for years, and you can make light of the fact that it's not done. They're coming in with the soil cement. In fact, they were doing the work on the edges of the road and the shoulders of the road this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
They gotta bring more dirt because it's washing away. I have
Okay.
pictures where it's washing away.
And
It's been
I'm
so
sure
long.
they will.
Yeah.
So that's where we're concerned. And if you come at me with something on Longview Road or County Line Road or Self Creek Road or Old Highway 12 or a road
about
issue, a
concern
bridge issue, that's where, I mean, we're all county supervisors, and that's where our main purview is on the roads and the bridge system. So that's where our concern is. I don't deal in electricity. I don't deal in water.
So you cannot put funds toward a water project, is what you're telling me?
No, sir, that's their system. That's their water system. It'd be no different again, and I couldn't finish my statement earlier. If you go tonight and you ask the city of Starkville to put money on the Longview Road project to make it better and to pave it to your standards, you may as well say, I would dare say that they would not have money to levy
They're not
towards
in the
that
same
project.
position that you are, sir. You're talking about apples and oranges here.
I think we're talking about, no, I think we're talking apples and apples.
The city of Starkville Utilities do not manage your ditch.
And I'm telling you the same thing as a county supervisor. I don't manage water systems.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I had a gentleman, again, he came in and he's put about 60 houses in there, say 60 water meters. And what he did was he went back to the main source. He got our county engineer to tell him what he needed to do. They came before us, and again, they're not going to tell you that you can't have those meters, but they can tell you that they can set a price for you. That entity, the city of Starkville, can tell you that it's X amount of dollars to get so much pressure that you've got enough for 50 RV units or whatever water meters that you need to have.
You do the water waste though, right?
Sir?
The waste?
The wastewater? We don't deal with that as well. That would be something that you would have to have, like a treatment plant, and the health department's involved in that. So you'd have to have a plumber that is certified through the health department.
That was something that we spoke about earlier. You was like, that is my area. When you get to that,
Well,
I can help you with that.
I will try to, and I'm talking to a gentleman, there's the East Oktibbeha County Water. He's trying to bring it to Highway 25 and Longview Road. He's looking at some grant funding that we may get that would extend it from there into Sunset, and yeah, it may come down Longview Road. But the timeliness of what you're looking at, you're wanting this now, it may not serve you, because it's gonna be 2 years probably before they will be at that point on 25 and Longview Road. Because I talked to Mr. Prysop Saturday about that and said, you know, what's your timeline on that? And he said it may be 2-3 years before they're at that point, but that we could put in for a grant that would carry it across the highway and into the back of Sunset. And from the back of Sunset, then it could move west down Longview Road.
So how is it, okay, I appreciate that.
You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to.
I'll do this. For the sake of time, we'll talk later. But thank you again, board, for listening, and thank you guys for allowing me to come here with my son.
Yeah, by all means, give me a call.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
All right, moving on to the next item. Mr. Alan Morgan, application for certification, FY 2022. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody. Should have in your packet, I think, for a copy of this board certifications.
You have the information.
I'll make a motion to
Motion by
approve.
Supervisor Montgomery, second by Supervisor Howard. Are there any questions concerning the motion? All those in favor, let it be known by the appropriate voting sign. Aye. Ayes have it. Motion passes unanimously.
I need you to sign this, Mr. Trent.
Yes, sir. Sure will.
How you doing, Mr. Deon?
Anything else out of the tax office?
Just one thing, we got an appeal letter, and I think y'all got a copy of it too, the last, the 1st of August, the last day to file an appeal, and it came in after lunch. And,
Appeal letter.
I've sent them a certified letter telling them of the documentation and stuff we need. I haven't heard back from this tax company. They have received a certified letter, and I sent them an email the same day, so.
When do they?
What are we appealing?
The amount of tax.
The amount of
amount of
tax.
assessment.
When do they have till when?
Except August 1st.
Well, I closed the roll that morning.
So it's,
It kind
It
of
was
come in a
done
little
and
so
late.
their
got it.
appeal
And he
time
got
is
it.
over.
And he got it after the board meeting.
So I don't know on the timeline on that. But anyway, they've been sent a certified letter and an email the same date on August 4th. They received a certified letter on the 15th, I believe. But I think the board got to acknowledge the board order today. Today's the deadline for that to go with the roll. I think that's correct. Which one this?
I'll make a motion to acknowledge.
Motion by Supervisor Montgomery, second by Supervisor Howard. Are there any questions on the motion? All those in favor, let it be known by the appropriate voting sign. Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
You're acknowledging what? I'm sorry, I'm lost.
That we got an appeal letter.
Acknowledge we got an appeal
Yeah,
letter. Thank
they
you.
go, that's all we gotta do. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you and all
Thanks so
you do
much.
in the tax office. Have a great day.
Y'all do, thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Patrick Warner, demo truck purchase. Good morning, sir.
How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Great. How about yourself?
Doing good. Is the truck still there?
Yes, sir. Luckily it is. I was sweating bullets there a little bit. Sorry, I should have had these passed out and ready
Okay,
to
thank
go, but I'm a little late this morning.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Well, I do got some good news this morning.
Let's hear it.
The grants, we applied for multiple grants last year, and they've been a little slow to get here, you know, just everything's backed up, but some of the grants are starting to come around. And we've got, since we have not had any termination letters, we're still in the running, and if we're in the running this late, that's hopefully good news. We did receive one grant. We received the $88,000 grant the other day, so we did get $88,000 in one grant the other day, so that's good news. I would like to ask the board's permission to apply for more grants this year. The AFG grants, they're coming up in the next couple months, so if I could get board approval to apply for some more AFG grants for next year, I'd like to get that done today too.
Okay. So we got two motions. The first motion is to go ahead and proceed with the church's demo truck.
Oh, yeah.
Got a motion by Supervisor Montgomery, second by Supervisor Howard. All those in favor of the purchase. Any questions concerning the motion? Let it be known by the appropriate voting sign.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And this goes, the truck goes.
Maybe.
We also have another request to allow Mr. Patrick Warner to pursue grant opportunities for the county fire department. Motion by Supervisor Williams, second by Supervisor Howard. Are there any questions concerning the motion? All those in favor, they be known by their appropriate voting sign. Aye. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you for your service.
What is the 88,000?
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same
The
thing.
88,000, it was for turnout, a turnout washer. I got it right here, I'm sorry, because I forget. It was for a turnout washer, turnout dryer, a fill station, and a thermal imaging camera. A fill station is, we have to get our bottles, our air pack bottles, when we fill them up with air, we have to go to Starkville when we run out. And if Starkville's is down, then we're just out. So we actually got one for ourselves, so now we can fill our own bottles and packs up.
Is it still a cascading system?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
good,
sir.
that's bad, that's good.
So that's a plus, because prime example, the other day, Starkville's was down, and so if theirs is down, then we're kind of down too, so now we won't have to rely on them.
They can actually now, if theirs is down,
Come to us.
come to us.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Ms. Sissy Smithman, good morning. Come on up this morning.
Morning, Miss Sissy.
Morning.
Ms. Sissy.
Morning, good
I
morning.
just go ahead and tell you a lot of stuff that changed in the last year and a half. I'm having a lot of health issues. I am now legally blind. I see very little at all. I'm not calling, I get emotional because he's here. No, otherwise, I'm tough. But this is my work manual. It's over 1,000 pages of our code for election. It tells me what my job is and what it's not. When I started, Dolores was the office deputy of elections. But since then, Delbert Hoseman have changed the law. We're no longer under the circuit clerk, we're under y'all. If we don't fulfill our job, it's your job to take our place. If we don't show up on election day, if I don't show up, Alanda's gonna have to show up. And my problem is, I've been working with the Secretary of State, and I have asked for an assistant since the program is not audio. I need somebody to be able to read to me what I need to type in. The program in the statewide system is not audio. I can work my telephone with a keyboard, and my phone can be way over there, and I can type up, and I can send a text, I can send an email. Joe Williams will testify. I can send.
You send me some email.
I can send you email, I can send you text, I send it to everybody. I have no problem as long as it's audio. I have received permission from the state to allow me an assistant to work with me only in Sims. I can do anything else I want to do. If I can remodel my house, if I can build on a porch, if I can put on a roof, if I can paint and lay flooring in my house without sight, I can do my job. And I don't like being told I can't do it. I have said all last year working on this audio program, they can't do it. This year, they said, we still can't do it, we're gonna provide you an assistant. But what I need y'all to do is let me have my job back. The job has gone to the deputy clerk. And I appreciate Cheryl doing it, but according to this manual, I'm supposed to be upkeeping the voter roll. If you look at 2315-153 in this book, and this has been my Bible for years. I've marked all of these pages. I know this law. And it tells me that when a voter come in and change their address, it's supposed to go to the election commissioner. Return mail, is supposed to be going to the election commissioner. Do an affidavit, the commissioner's supposed to do it. This all changed when Delbert took office. And the only reason I know this, I'm the vice president of the ECAM Association. I don't take my job very lightly. I lobby for these jobs. I still go to the Capitol and I lobby. Delbert Hoseman would see me and he'd run because he knows I'm going to hit him with stupid laws that he made that should not be our job. This is from Washington County. I helped them with this. They were not doing their work. The deputy clerk was doing their work. They got a lawyer, and they sent this to the Secretary of State, and they sent it to the circuit clerk, saying all of their job cease immediately, or they will press charges. I'm not going to do that. I love my county, and I would not ever do this to my county. But I helped them do it. I have 5 other counties that are having the exact same problem, where we're sitting over there standing on our feet. We have no work to do. We're supposed to be working 179 days this year. And we're just sitting there looking at each other because we do not get return mail. We don't get changed addresses. We don't have anything to do. And by law, all 5 of us are supposed to have a computer and a scanner and some type of area that we can work from. We have 2 computers. We can't all work. So we're just sitting over there staring at each other. Either put us to work or fire us. That's my opinion. And I just go ahead and tell you, this here, this is all the question that we have been given over the last 10 years. All about Sims, doing affidavit, doing voter changes in the system. We don't do this because the deputy clerk does it. And I do appreciate her for the last year and a half for keeping us updated. But it's time for me to take over my job again. If the guys don't want to do it, that's fine. That's on them. I want my job back. I want all the return mail. I want the stuff. And I will. And I've been talking to Tracy Grayer. She's retired military. She's a retired school teacher. And she says she would be happy to assist me if her health will allow it. There ain't nobody any finer than Tracy Grayer. But I know Secretary of State gave me written permission. My son failed to bring it today. I won't blame it on him because I cannot legally, well, I don't have a printer at my house. I can't literally print it because I have no printer at my house. But it's a shame that we cover all this information in 3 days and not doing it. It's a shame that we're not following the law of Mississippi. We either need to follow the law or the election commissioner needs to step down.
So you're saying according to 2515-153 that you should be doing that instead of the deputy clerk?
153 clearly state the election commission maintain the voter rolls. It does not say anything about the circuit clerk office. If you talk to the Secretary of State, he said we teach them their job at circuit clerk. They have 2 jobs. They register voter only and do voter absentee voting only. That's the only 2 jobs he said are required by the circuit clerk. And I said, well, why are they coming to our training? He said, I don't know. They should not have anything to do with this book. And, you know, I could have printed y'all this book, but y'all don't want it any more than we want it sometimes. But I know I'm going to 5 other counties because commissioners are not allowed computer. They're not allowed in the system. They're not getting return mail, just like we're not. And I appreciate Cheryl keeping us updated while I'm down. But when Michael Watson called me in June and said, full steam ahead, I'm getting you permission from the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the HE opinion. You have a right, being blind, to have an assistant to assist you until we make our system audio.
Ms. Palmer has some insight on some things.
Yes, and I do love her dearly.
Miss Sissy came by and we spoke about that, and she was supposed to receive a letter from the Secretary of State stating that she would receive assistance because this individual will see some personal information of voters. So there is some concern with that. She took, Miss Sissy took an oath. This person is just an assistant. So that's one factor. Now, myself having worked elections when I started with the county, she is true when she say the commissioners is over, but the responsibility at that time, as I recall, was only purging the voter roll, maintaining the return mail, flagging those that have missed 2 general federal elections, and maintaining the inactive roll. The election commissioners oversee the general election. But as far as entering and making changes with active voters, I don't know how you're going to be able to maintain that being your position is part-time.
I understand.
That is very detailed. So I don't know how you'd be able, the election commissioners could maintain.
But there's
that.
5 of us. If we all had 5, if we worked 5 hours hard in the computer with all the changes, there ain't no reason why we can't. You got county like Lafayette County, Jackson County, they only work 2 days to 3 days a week. Clay County.
So what I did suggest is before the board make any decision is to talk with the circuit clerk.
I think that needs to be the next step. Talk with the clerk.
And our board attorney can be involved in that conversation.
And I
based
talked
on
to my
the state
senator.
code.
I talked to the senator to make sure this is what I'm saying correct. She said, most definitely you're correct. I've talked to Delbert Hoseman. He said, you're most definitely correct. Michael Watson, definitely. Most of the law changed when Delbert took office. And most of this change came in 2015 after Ms. Farmer left. And she was great. Because when I came on, she taught me everything I know. She pushed me. Angie McGinnis pushed me. But I know Rob Robertson, Mr. Robertson. I can't do that with Rob. He helped make these laws.
Well, Ms. Smith, what we'll do, let's see if we can set up a meeting between yourself, Ms. Farmer, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Rook, and even myself, since I'm here today, and I'll be part of that meeting too. And see if we can get a meeting scheduled to where we can work out all the details and issues and keep everything and keep our elections. But as far as I know, I haven't heard of any type of hiccups, any problems, or anything with our election. I think we've been blessed in this county.
Now, the election's been fine, but our job over there, we're not doing anything.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming this morning. We'll try to see if we can get that scheduled as soon as we can, that's convenient for all the parties involved.
Oh, that's fine.
We certainly appreciate your service.
Thank you, Ms.
So
Sissy.
Appreciate your son being with you today too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Before we go any further, I need to adjust the agenda here to see if Attorney Robertson has something. He has another commitment that he has to.
I have got, we need to go into executive session real quick to discuss a potential lawsuit issue.
Motion to go to closed session,
Yes, sir.
possibly executive session.
Motion by Supervisor Montgomery, second by Supervisor Williams. Are there any questions concerning the motion?